Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. Nothing seemed to work to restart again. But here we are. Here we are. So I'm back earlier than expected. So I thought, okay, let's get it going because obviously I'm going to look at the market. But I haven't been looking at all because I've been away. Let me quickly. I need to put something on here. Where is my clock? I need the clock. Hold on. Hold on. Not here. Okay. Which one am I going to use now? I will use you today. Only thing is, I want the clock. Let me get back that indicator. Why did I delete that one? Um, I think it was this one. Yeah. Now I just need to change the settings. I just want to close the time. Here we go. That's what I want. Here we go. Oh, no, this is wrong. I will have to go to. I guess mine should do the job here. Let's see if that's it. Yes. No. Because we changed to -4, remember? How are you guys doing? Good morning. Hi, Michael. Yeah, I'm back. So I still need to get back on track because I wasn't supposed to be early back home so early, but obviously they didn't have my documents, so I drove for nothing. So the good thing is I'm back and I can do a stream, but the bad news is I have to go back another time again. So, but we'll see. We'll see. That's how things go. Okay, so we had a gap down overnight, as we can see. I need to do some. Um, anything happened? Yes. Well, I did make some money on Friday, 500 bucks, and I just closed my everything, and then I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how it goes next week. It's last week of the month, so I just took my first trade and caught 85. Well done. What did you take? I guess you took a short, right? But you could have taken a long as well. I really have to get into the market now. Let me quickly. Okay, so gap down. We have an N walk here, right? We went into the midpoint and we left the midpoint here at 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, I guess you took a short, Michael. I mean, that was the obvious trade. I would say a little gap up to the midpoint of the N walk, and now we are going down to another N walk right over here. Yeah, I like the short here as well, 328. I think we're just continuing down. Yeah. Now, I marked some levels during the weekend. Where are they? Let me see where they are. How did I do? Hmm. Yeah, I like this green box here. But we have some levels here. Obviously, there's a lot on my chart here. Let me clean it up a little bit. I want to get rid of all those N words. Why are you not deleting this? Oh, I draw. Those lines are my own lines, by the way. They're not envelopes. And they're working pretty well. Okay, now I'm going to leave. So these are lines that I jotted. Don't ask me now what I did because I can't remember. I really can't. But I didn't write it down. But here we go. You need to go. Okay, let's see. For hourly, we are bumping. We're staying here. I think there were lower time frame fair value gaps or inversions that mattered. Just going to stick to the 1 hour. Just disregard the left chart. But we're going, I mean, it's obvious that we're going down, right? I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. This is lower. I'm going to go to the 15 for now. Just want to see where Asia, what have we been doing? Asia high, we just took Asia low. We printed 3 a.m. We are above we are below midnight. We're below 3. We're not yet at 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's pretty bearish, but I wouldn't be surprised for a gap up because all those levels that are marked are higher time frame PDRA. So the moment they get into one of these, they could spike up. So that's why I marked them. So even though we're bearish, we could have the low of London could get in any time. That's the point that I'm. So we could get a gap up and continuation in New York, for example. That's an up. That's why I marked these levels. So we could create a London low anytime. So that's why I'm a little bit in an area like this. I always want to be a little bit careful because we're below Asia low. We could go further down, but we also just it could have hit its this higher time frame PDRA and start gapping back up. Well, we are. It looks like it wants to go lower, right? I wouldn't. I think we have more room to the downside. What do you guys think? Um, this is just a little bit too small of a move for me. I think it might make another leg down, and then we'll. I mean, this is a nice. I mean, I like this setup. It's just setting up for a nice long and then continuation back short maybe. But hey, listen, I don't know if you guys have, if you journal, but if you go back in your charts, the last few Mondays have been extremely bullish, even though we're in a consolidating area, but still overall we've been bearish, right? But every Monday we had a lot of the best moves that I had on Monday were pretty bullish, pretty trending as well. But London already set the tone for the trend day, and we don't see that. Maybe we get a trend day to the downside. I don't know when you say orb, what do you mean by that? What do you mean orb? I only trade opening range gaps, which is the gap between the when the market closes at 5 and sorry at 4:15 and opens up at 9:30. That's the opening range gaps that I use. Um, and there is some retail. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Or yeah, that is some retail. People use 15-minute or the opening range is technically 9:30 to 3. So I don't know if Michael, maybe you're talking about a different time. Are you talking about the opening range from daily open? When you talk opening range, is that from the daily open? So 6 o'clock Eastern? Well, okay, yeah, but what is just that's very confusing because what's the session for you? I mean, is it like when London session? Is it a daily session? What are you referring to? some people have London marked at 2 a.m. Some people have London marked at 3. Officially London opens up at 4 a.m. Yeah. Well, officially London doesn't open yet at 4 a.m. So it's a bit confusing, I think, if you talk about session. If it's considered London. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I still need to do a little bit of. Just need my level. Did anyone trade? Friday was actually a nice TGIF, by the way. It really was. Did anyone trade the TGIF move? Because it was quite a nice move. It broke a low, and then at the end of the day, it just went up to exactly 20% of the candle, exactly to the tick for. So it was very clean TG. I didn't trade it myself, but I saw it in the weekend. You took a short, yeah. So, Michael, the London session now opens at 4 a.m. Eastern because there's a time difference between Eastern and London. We have daylight saving times. If you Google London time right now, it's not open yet. But in the next week it will be equal again. So then it opens at 3 a.m. Eastern. But you always have to think logically, right? What's happening? Don't just think, oh, it's always 3 a.m. because we had daylight savings. We went back to from -5 Eastern to -4 a couple of weeks back. But Europe didn't change yet. Europe is going to change this weekend, I believe, next coming weekend. So if you check now, Google London time, it's 37 minutes past 7. London market doesn't open at 8 a.m. So it's still not open technically. So technically, London doesn't open at 4 a.m. Eastern. Now, the moment we have London and Europe also have their change in time, then both US and Europe will be equal again. And then we can say, yes, London opens at 3 a.m. Eastern. Now it's at 4 a.m. Eastern. So that's a little bit, it's always tricky. You always have to think about that when daylight saving comes in, because the times of Europe and US are not equal. So we always have a few weeks of, it's a little bit weird, and also we have rollover now, so everything is a bit off. Yeah. So technically London is not open yet. London's going to open in 15 minutes. Well, it doesn't matter what time you're on, but then if you're in European time, you should know that London is not open, right? Because um, okie dokie, well, let's see if we can get another leg lower. I would like to see one leg lower. Um, mm, mm, mm. 757. It's always a little bit hard when we are really going further down and we are on the up. We have a large range to the if the other side. It's a large market maker sell model we're in right now, right? So the opposite size has been printed a long time ago. You really have to go to the higher time frame to get your levels, but then um, you miss the levels that actually formed on the lower time frames, which could be really the better ones. So it's always important to have those levels sort of like somewhere either in your notepad or something written down. It's also a bit challenging to find the right exit points. I mean, that's always when um, go to the weekly again. There's a tiny little gap on the weekly, 23,467. Let's see where that gap is. Would be adjust, and also because of the contract change, you also have to play around with that B adjust. It's really always challenging. 23,663. I'm gonna mark this one here. Is this a little gap or not? I don't think so. Open 673. Close 673.25. Open 50. Okay, there is a little gap here. It's very, very tiny. It's just 2 ticks. But they are significant, even if it's just 2 ticks. I just mark all of them. I just toggle between be adjust and non-be adjust. I'm trying to figure out, Michael. I was hoping you could tell me. I was hoping you guys could fill me in. No, I'm just joking. Okay, see, this level is, yeah, I'm just, like I said, don't ask me what I marked here. Sometimes I have these light bulb moments and I go over and then I mark areas on a lower time frame. But I really can't remember. I know it's a lower time frame. Either it's something that is of significance, and you can see it hit it exactly. But I do think we're going to go lower. We've got large wicks here. Let me see. We need to start. I've got so much gradients already. I'm gonna get rid of you guys. I don't think these are. I don't want to use you anymore. I'm gonna use you here. Let's see, because we're here already. Let's see if this wick is now in play. Okay. Yeah. This is what I want to be aware of the level. Like I said, maybe this is the level for London. We could go another leg low. It's midpoint of this wick, 0.5, and we hit something that I marked. I can't remember what it was, but it is something of significance. Now, my question is, are we done for London? Are we going to go back up again? Or are we just going to, look here, sorry guys, I still need to get back into it. I'm not as sharp as I am. You see we have a big fair value gap here. We are in the wick though, but we could also just start consolidating here. So I am not going to be very eager for shorts right now. If it goes, I just have to let it go. Let me just look at the daily. Where we're at. Ooh, look at this inversion. This could be a reclaimed. This could be. This could be a reclaimed fair value gap, guys. Here. It was at the before the turn here. I like this one. We are below the wick. Don't ask me. I really I can't. If I knew what I marked here, I would tell you, but I can't really. I just I can't really remember. 3 day. Okay, let me have a look. Yeah, the daily. Yeah, this could start functioning as a reclaimed here. Let me see. But then again, it has to start moving away from it again to the upside. Let's see if it does that. If not, if we let me mark another color. If it just goes through it, it's invalid, obviously. Okay, let's see. Choosing this one. Okay, so I do want to see if price starts going up again and this becomes a wick and starts going using this, we might use this. This might be an area of, it might goes back and forth for a while. Let's see if it does that. It looks too heavy to go back up, but I just don't trust it, guys. I cannot trust it. So Michael, if I look to the downside, I would really look higher time frame now, because we had those equal. So I wouldn't disregard this area here, because even though if you would mark this daily, hello my love, my weekly fair value gap, there's a wick here, so I wouldn't disregard this fair value gap on the weekly, like we're going through this right now, we're done. A lot of the times what we've seen lately, we've got a bullish order block here. So we tapped on the weekly, you can see we tapped, sorry for all the lines, but bear with me. As you can see, we hit 0.5 line and we also hit this bullish order block. So I think we might be done for London. Yeah, see, we might be done for London. London low. And we might either consolidate here or go back into this little gap here. So I think for London we're done. But I could be totally wrong. 15 minutes. Yeah, if we do start going lower, I just want to see if we get over this little purple box and then. But yeah, Michael, level to the downside, we have these relatively equals, but I think it's going to be it's not going to be an easy way down, because we have to go through this bullish order block on the weekly. It would be fast if we go back up and we have a low resistance liquidity run, then it could go faster. But then again, once you're here in these wicks, this always takes more time to go through them before this is the end where it wants to go. I saw a breaker, by the way, on the weekly. I like this area, so we could retest here, go back up, and then continue downwards. So I like the structure. So I'm not too bearish, to be honest. I'm bearish long term, but I think we might get a bullish. I wouldn't be surprised if we get. Look at what they're leaving behind here on the weekly. It's horrible. It's by design. Yeah, I think this one is going to be in play, this fair value gap here on this breaker. So once we tap into it, we might get a move up before we continue to the downside. Or just we go. Yeah, so I know everyone is bearish, but it's sort of like, yeah, it's bearish for one move to the downside, but here we're going to get a lot of, this is, I mean, it's definitely going to resist, we're definitely going to get a reaction in this area to the upside. I mean, so yeah, I think London, let's see if London, if we get over this one, London low is in definitely, but who knows, let's see. Let's have a, let's see if it's ready to move down. Or see, I already can't remember what I mentioned about that purple box. My mind is, I've got so many things on my head right now that I really have to write it down straight away. What did I say about that orange purple box? What did I mark? So if we go over that purple box, we are bullish for now for London. I know that, but I can't remember what I looked at. I'm doing 10 things at the same time, and in my mind just, what did I say? I just can't remember. I know it's valid. What typing was on? 3-day. Okay, well, let's see now. The bodies are, yeah, but I know the box that I marked was also with the order block. It's the weekly, wasn't it? It was the weekly. Oh, I remember what I did. It was B adjust was off. That was it. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, because of the B adjust, yeah, so because we are above 50%, so this, I'm using this wick here on the weekly. That's what I'm doing right now. So either we are going to go further down, but I just really want to watch if 0.5 of this wick is, and this order block is serving as a barrier to the, to let it go down now. Now, right? So, and I was talking about a reclaimed, yeah, okay, that was it. So then this fair value gap here, look what they did. There's no body in this fair value gap, so that already has my attention, right? It went through it. There's no body. So I'm thinking we're going to get like accumulation in this area to sort of like balance out these imbalances here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to hang out in this area here. 2473, 97. Okay, so it's about 100 points. It's 100 points. Let me go to B adjust again. 24, 23,900. 23,900. Okay, same area and same width. Okay. So yeah, and this is that. So that is also our end walk, right? Yeah, I'm gonna leave on B adjust. Yeah, I'm not. I can already see the body's still above that midpoint of that little purple box that I marked. So I'm just. Yeah, I'm not bullish. I think London low might be in, to be honest. It's a little bit difficult. We hit a higher time frame PDRA. All these blue marks are higher time frame PDRA, so technically we hit 0.5 of a gradient level of a weekly wick. But hey, it could still dump further down, guys. I mean, so you guys are asking, do I? It could still make another leg lower. On the 1 minute, 15 minute, it looks bearish, but I don't trust it. Well, it's below this midpoint. It looks bearish, but I would not trade it right now. I wasn't here for the. But also remember, accumulate AMD, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But the question is was this a manipulation move, or are we still manipulating to the downside? It doesn't look for me like a confirmation to go to go long off yet. I would love to see another leg down, and look how it's, this is not a bullish setup for me yet on the 15. So it's either it could go into consolidation for a while, or it's going to dump again. I think I would go. But keep in mind, guys, this 15-minute order block, it's very, the confusing part is if you swap between be adjust and not. I'm looking at this order block here. This is not something you can just ignore. So if you are short, you would want this already on your radar, and then obviously we can go into it, right? And 0.5 would be somewhere around here. That's a little volume imbalance. It probably will match this volume imbalance. So if we would go further down, I would trade up to 23,671-ish. So we just tap into the 0.5 of this, of that weekly wick as well. But if it does wants to go down, it becomes weaker. I would take another short, but then I would use that volume imbalance right over here, 23,671. But yeah, I mean, don't expect a large dump in this area, or maybe up to here. But once you reach it and 0.5 of a wick, I just will be very careful. Hey DBT, I just got back from my yeah, I drove for nothing. It was an hour drive, and they didn't have my documents yet. Like I told you when last week I went to Home Affairs and said, yeah, we'll fax it to the department. No worry. I said, do I get proof? No proof. So I went there today, and they looked at me like, what are you talking about? And then they said, no, yeah, no, it does work that way, but it takes 2 weeks before we get that document. It goes to another, they fax it, yes, but, or they send it, but no, this to another department, and then they send it to us. But we will call you. Don't come back. Don't call us. We will call you. I'm like, okay, okay. So I drove for nothing. So Friday I was green. Yes, Friday I had a green day, but today nothing yet. Just getting back. So at this moment, I'm neutral, guys, because it can do either two things. It could go back up into the range, it could consolidate, or it could go into the order block. Now, if I look at the 15, it looks bearish, right? But let's wait until it's 4 o'clock. What time is it? Where's my clock? Here's my clock. Copy. Here we go. It's almost 4 o'clock. London is almost going to open. London will open in 2 minutes. And for those who just London, it's the time difference, guys. In next week, everything will be normal again. Then it will be 3 Eastern. Now it's 4 Eastern. How about you, DBT? Are you green on your trades? I don't trust this level here at all. It could spike up. Let me go back to the hourly. I want to see what the. I'm going to close the door. No trade. Yeah, me neither. Where's the noise coming from? trades yet for me either. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute on this one. Ooh, 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, very close to each other. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah. Remember, the moment we are above this purple box is going to be. I mean, I'm thinking I'm more bullish than bearish for the London session, for the remaining session. I'm not trading it. I'm just watching. I'm just, yeah. I think this is a. I think the low is in, but let's see if not. It could also bounce off Asia of the Asia. So these are my Asia lows, and my dashed lines are always Asia low and high. It could also just go back to Asia low and then go back down. Let's see. Look. I like this structure actually. Yeah, I'm very bullish. I didn't even see it on the 1 minute. Yeah. High time PD array, future breaker. I think I'm going to take a paper trade. No, I think it's a valid structure. I'm going to paper trade this, guys. Come on, I want to paper trade this. Yeah. I mean, we're going to revisit this area definitely, but let's see. 3, 4. I'm trying this inversion. It's going to my stop. Oh my god, I'm so I hate it when I can't prepare because I was away. I'm just so um, 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 um. Let me quickly look. I'm just paper trading because I still need to do more preparations for my trades. Trade again. 24, 31, 24, 3. There you go. Yeah. I'm just going to go midnight. I mean, come on. I'm not going to take a large trade. Shouldn't be. 'It doesn't go out of this purple box, right? So it could slam down as well. Let's see. 1 hour. This is that little gap here. Okay. Let's see if it can get out of the purple box. And then we're off to the races. Let's see if we can go over. Three past four, 4 past 4. You disrespected this one. I wouldn't go higher than this, to be honest. Am I too high. Maybe I'm too high. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it here. I'm not gonna take any risk. Just gonna leave it. I can burn too much if I want my full distribution. It's not a distribution time. So people for like traders like myself, we're in a bad spot right now. Okay, I'm just gonna go break even. If it takes too long, I want to be stopped out. I don't want to be in this trade anymore then. If it goes down, it's a non-losing trade because then I'm done. I'm so fed up with this market. I wonder. I don't think we're gonna go back to Asia high to yet. It's too bearish, but I just think this is a retracement. Okay, there we go. I'm just playing it to Asia low because I wonder if it can make it above that. We might just stop there and then maybe. I just want to reassess. Both Lucario, but when I start the day, I always paper trade to see where I am. How is my mind? Is my internet working? I've just gotten used to paper trade my first two trades, just to get into the. I usually have my larger trades during New York. I mean, it's been lately in London. It has been really. I don't want to say more challenging, but just I just use that more for Intel lately. So I'm just paper trading my first two, and then I decide, okay, is it my eval? Depending on how the market is. Sometimes I trade my eval, sometimes I trade my funded, sometimes I trade my own account. Um, so, but London is lately just paper. I just want to, see if the market is doing what I think it's doing, because I noticed that if I read London correctly, I can trust it also to behave in the way I'm thinking it might do. It's sort of like then I can trust New York as well. So, and if I'm off in London already, I'm like, okay, I'm not reading it correctly. It's me, or the market is just hostile, or the market is just shit, or and then I know what to do a little bit better, if that makes sense. So that's what I use London for. Because London does set the tone quite well for now let's see if we can get this little high here. Or is the daily open? What time is it? 4 o'clock. No, you can do better than that. Come on, NQ. This is my worry a little bit that we're going to get a lot of these this ones here. Like I said, like if it starts consolidating. Look, this looks pretty balanced to me for the time being. It doesn't need to go higher. Yeah, I wonder if it's done. We'll see. Go another leg high. Take this liquidity. Come on. Macro is over. Good question, Ash. I like that question. Okay. Higher time frame. I'm higher time frame still bearish. Don't get me wrong. But on the weekly, we have bullish order block here. These two big boys. If you mark the open price, we hit that, but it's also, and I had another confluence there. It was 0.5. We hit 0.5 of the weekly wick, this wick here. 0.5s are always very sensitive. So I'm just aiming for a retracement. So I'm not aiming for a large move, and I don't care if I'm stopped out because I just journal it. But I'm just aiming for a retracement. But I'm still long. I just want to see. I don't think that London. I think London low might be in for now, but we might have a retracement like we're getting now. But it's very. You can see the retracement is not doing. It's not moving in the way we want it to move, right? Now I still think it's going to go up a little bit higher, but let's see. And you see where if it stops me out, that's fine. I would have taken my money normally at if I would have been in a trade, I would have taken out. But now I'm just journaling time what it's doing. Where's my cursor not? I don't see. I can't use my. Why can't I do anything? Oh, here we go. Yeah. So it's the order block and um, the weekly wick that I used for my bullish trade. But as you can see already, it's just creating liquidity. It's just forming. So I do think we're going through it now. Let's see. But you know, I mean, the times that we had like a trade like this, you get in, it runs during the macro. I mean, those days are sort of like not here anymore. So for me, I have to adjust because I'm a distribution trader. I like to trade the large distributions of a candle, especially the 4 hour. But I'm in a bullish trade while the 4 hour is bearish. So that goes against so I know I should not expect too much. And maybe this is the max of this range, but let's see. So for me, it's just also I'm just journaling like, okay, how's it behaving? Am I aiming? I'm aiming a little bit higher. Also for me to journal like, okay, your aim was too high. Next time, if you want a smaller trade, because I need to get better at scalping, because I go on average for technically 50, 60 plus or more. But now in these times, it's hard to do that. So I'm trying to get more of a grip like, okay, you know, if I want the daily open, I should position myself earlier here because at least you want 50 points. But, and now I already brought to break even. If it stops me out, it's now a loss. But let's see. And I'm also watching time. Okay, how do we are we outside macro? How is it running, right? Are we able to go over? Are we able to go this liquidity here? That's I still think it might, but then just go a little bit lower, just a few ticks. But I'm bearish. I think there's more room to go down. But lately, my best trades on Monday. I don't know if you go back in I don't know if you guys journal, but if you journal, you can see that every Monday has been pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. So we hit a higher time frame PDWay. We went into the order block. We went into 0.5 the weekly wick. So let's see. But let's see if we can get over this one here, or are we just going to continue lower? Um, in all honesty, I wouldn't. I'm expecting chop for a while. I think if we get back into this range, I think we're gonna chop a little bit. I think this might be a reclaimed. This might behave. This purple box might start behaving as a reclaimed order block. Reclaimed fair value. Was it inversion? Oh my god! I need to start writing things down. Yeah, I think we might use this one as a reclaimed fair value gap. I'm looking at this one, guys. I think we're gonna hang around in this area for a while. Fair value gap, imbalance. Look at this area, what it's doing. I don't think we're gonna leave this area anytime soon. Let's see. We are above the purple. I said if we are above this purple line, it's a little bit bullish for now. We are above the purple box now. So so guys, I just want to also iterate. If it hits my TP here, I don't feel like, oh my god, I missed out on 75 points. I literally don't care, because if London is giving me these opportunities, I know there will be many more in the next few hours. Because I like how price is printing. For me, this is like Intel. Okay, you see the difference how it's moving in comparison to last week. It's much better, right? So actually, this makes me happy. Even if there's no monetary value for me in the sense of making money on my evals or on my funded or on my live, it just gives me very valuable intel. And that's really, for me, that's more valuable than um, the monetary value. I also didn't lose any money if it's a losing trade. We're smack dab in the middle of the daily candle right now. I see a nice proportion block here. Let's see if it can blast off of this one here. Still looks very bullish to me, guys. We're still in a market make on the sell side, on the buy side, and look how it's. But you can see how it's printing. It is preparing itself for another leg down, right? You can see how beautifully. But we also have beautifully buy side here. So let's consolidation, consolidation. Market maker, sell side, buy side into original consolidation. We have finalized the market maker model on the 1 hour, on the 1 minute. I want to see propel from this one here. One more leg up. Come on, give it. What is it? What is here? Oh, there I go. This 4 hour candle is so. Oh, let me. I'm on the weekly still. Yeah. It's 419. I think we're gonna go back into the annual. But now the question is, can we get over? Can we have a body closure above the 50%? Right. It's right over here. 25.8. Where's my TP? Okay, I have to reassess after this level here. If it reaches this at all, then I'll reassess again. I like it. I like how it behaved in this area here. So that is, for me now, looks like a point. Let me see if it's the midpoint. Did you use the midpoint or not? What time is it? 4:21. I think I'm gonna raise it a little bit, and if it's, let's see if I can. It's a nice, beautiful liquidity level here as well. Yeah, 949. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna bring my stop to this point now. Why are you not doing it? If it takes me out, it takes me out. I don't care. I don't want to be in trades too long anymore. I just opened the door because I thought they were done with the long, and then they start again. Let's close the door again. Yeah, make it fun. Yeah. Oh, I'm actually quite hungry, to be honest. Time for your egg. Yeah, I had a nice egg with avocados. I'm ODing on these avocados now. I had like eggs and avocado yesterday in the morning. Really, really nice. But now I'm sort of like, I don't feel like having avocados in the morning now. Yeah, I've reached, Michael, I reached that point. I'm like, okay, you know what? Just take me out for those 95 ticks, let's say 25 points right now, instead of having to be in a trade. Because I really, like I said last week as well, I was really not enjoying the price action. Being in, if I was in a trade, it took so long, back and forth before it reached a certain level. I would rather have less ticks now or points and be out and then reassess again or something. Because it just really influenced my mood a little bit. So I've come to the conclusion that I'm like totally fine with that. And then if it goes back down again, I think the TP is still valid at some point, but it just I can re-enter again, and sometimes you can re-enter again at the same point because it just goes back down all the time. The ranges are much lower, and you take it again, and then at least you have done something nice in between. So until the market is different again, then we have like your TP is hit within one macro, right? Because now I'm looking at the 20 to 40 run, so I'm hoping that it might run. But yeah, if not, it's going to be the next macro, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to wait for just 75 points. It sounds horrible what I'm. It doesn't sound nice, but I don't want to wait 75 points for an hour. Yeah, for 150 points at 200, I don't mind, but for 75 points, I want that to be done within 1.5 macros. I don't want to wait till 450 for that. I would rather be stopped out and then do something else and then reassess and come back maybe before the macro and then maybe take the little move and at least it runs, right? Mm. But look how it's. If you look at the how it's printing, guys, you can clearly see it's sort of like a beautiful line, right? So that means, I mean, we have downside. I think we have downside again coming. Looks nice. There's some equal lows here. Well, Mike, I was so happy that I was back early, and I was like, oh, I can stream again. And then I thought, okay, so, but then again, I thought by myself, okay, so don't let it get to your mood, even though the price action is just adjust. I need to adjust, right? Um, so you see, this is an they're accumulating orders right now. It's okay. We're still above the weekly daily open, so we are above 3 and 4 o'clock, but below midnight. So oh, the gold moved nicely. I'll have a look. Thanks, Sar. It seems to be moving a little bit. It's not as spotty, right? It just moves a little bit better than we are used to in London lately, the last 2 weeks. I mean, if I'm looking at it, it's not too bad, but it's still not. This looks like high resistance as well, and we again high resistance to the upside still. So, but it looks a little bit better. I mean, it looks a little bit better, but I'm not that. It could wick me out. That's okay. I don't care. It's actually not a safe. I see now. I made a mistake here because it's actually a low. It's an equal low. I should bring it a little bit lower. Oh, that was a dumb mistake. I didn't see this one here. I thought it was by itself here, but it's created equal. So I think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna go before the macro. I think it's gonna take out these equal lows. I didn't see that. I didn't. I was only. I saw this one. Hmm. Well, so this was my initial TP. Now I should have left it there, I guess. Yeah. Let's see if we do two. Almost 400. Come on, push. Okay, I want to be out. Okay, I'm out. So that was about 75 points, between 75 and 100 points in this area. I think they're going to leave midnight for the next macro. Let's see. Yeah. If it doesn't run this macro, I think I want to end. I'll take another. I'll take another scalp to the upside. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Yeah, I mean, I'm just paper trading, right? But yeah, I mean, for me, it was the bullish order block, hitting 50% of the wick, hitting a higher time frame PDRA, forming a breaker here. I actually anticipated. I went in early, anticipating the activation of the breaker. Um, but I'm still bearish. I mean, I like the propulsion block here. So this entry here at 419 went into the propulsion. That's why I moved my stop here. But then I noticed this one here. I'm like, oh, I don't like this equal low, but this clearly is a propulsion. This was accumulating orders for the last move. to the upside, but it left midnight now, so let's see if it still wants to go from midnight. I think there's more room to the upside though. Okay. Even if we would just do this one. So this is also an order block, changing the state of delivery. We had a market structure shift here already at 343. This was the retest of the order block here, right over here. So when I saw this, this is a change in the state. Order blocks are nothing else than change in the state. So this is confirming that we turned from bearish to bullish, and we went just in before 4 o'clock. So I think I positioned myself just before 4 o'clock when I saw this. I anticipated the activation of the bullish breaker. This was what time? Yeah, 3 4. So this is very important, guys. If you have you want these moments, this has to be in a macro, this activation. If it's outside macro, it's low probability. But if you see this happen within macro, it's high probability. So this was 358, 357, and then we ran up. But we haven't taken midnight yet. I trade M. Is that there a devil? If it doesn't have a wick, it's a devil's mark. Look at MNQ. Weekly order book. MNQ. I don't see any devil's marks on MNQ. Not on the OB, not on the anywhere. I've toggled between B adjust and set as well, but I don't see any. If they don't have a wick, then it's a devil's mark. But if you see one, I need to know about it because I want those. Those are. I love the. Like this. This is not a devil's mark. Let's see if we have any devil's marks on the on Q here. I don't think so. Right? Not really. Daily. No, it's sad, but there's not many. Oh, we're going up again. Oh, here's one beautiful on the 4 hour. But we already took that one, right? I mean, that was, oh no, it's not really. It's sort of deceiving. Sometimes they look like we have, I need a bigger screen. Um, but yeah, I don't think we have any. We just have a lot of wicks. We just have a lot of wicks. Okay, here we go. Well, I don't see it. I don't see any. If there's no wick, there's no wick. Then it's a devil's mark. Yeah, you mark it. If you see it on your chart, whatever, wherever you see it, just mark it because it's a. It's 25, 28, 7, 25. 28, 7. I do see on MNQ that the 24th of August had no wick on the top. That was already sorted the week afterwards. I do see one on 12th of May, by the way, on MNQ. 12th of May, 25. And that's an area of interest for me anyway. I already marked that area. The low of 28, 12th of May. There is B adjust off. If you switch yeah, oh no, it doesn't matter, B adjust on or off. So 12th of May, I see one. And it's also a gap, so it's a very interesting area. I'm gonna mark that area, by the way. I like it. Here we go. I really have to write down what I see, because if I mark something and we look later on a different, it's so hard to, but it, you know, I really have to make a habit of it, writing down, okay, why am I looking at it? Why am I marking it? Because sometimes I was like, oh my god, it hit that area exactly, but what was it? And then I don't know what it was, and I'm like, yeah, but it works. But you know, it's no point if you don't write it down. Then you can't really, you don't know what you're really doing, what works or what doesn't work. Because volume imbalance on the weekly plus devil's mark. But devil's mark you can always see. But sometimes when you switch through, be adjust or not, things just change, right? So if you don't write it down, at least you know, oh, it was be adjust. I need to change that. Yeah. Okay, so we still haven't hit midnight. I think that will be done in the next macro. Yeah. Okay, now let's see. So we have a market short shift on the 1 minute, but on the higher time frame, it's still bearish, right? So I don't see any market structure shift on. Let's quickly go to the 15 on the other chart. Oh, we do actually on the 15 minute as well. Yeah. See, we have a market structure shift here too. So this is a very bullish structure, guys, again. So this is nothing bearish for the time being. Breaker, retest, we're going to go higher a little bit until it's not bearish again. There we go. Let's see. I like it. This is a nice breaker. The 15-minute. So 4:15, 4:30. I could have stayed in the trade, to be honest, but I'm just traumatized by the last few weeks. I'm just happy to get out. Yeah, I would be very. I mean, look, are we gonna take out all this liquidity? Are you kidding me? You're gonna go back into the range, okay? All right, who knows? We could go for Asia high. Still within the N walk, it's also an important level. So I don't know. I would like to see a retest of something. Just like it goes back into maybe here and then go back up. Let's see. Um, um, 2480, 150 points from here. I don't trust this here. I'm happy to be out. I don't want to. This could also be done here in this area, right? What do you guys think? It looks like it. I don't know if it wants to take that out now. We go into midnight. We reject of midnight, and we go further back down. Retest, and then maybe pre-market. Maybe we take it out. New York Open, this area. What time is it now? 4:50. Yeah, let's see if we can get a nice pullback. No, and then let's see if we can re-enter. Then I might enter on an account. It's pretty bullish now. Let's see if you're gonna stay bullish or not. But we're still not below. We're still not above midnight though. So midnight. Oh, but look at this beautiful trend line. This is. Did anyone trade the long of the order block here? Retest in the mid for. That's a beautiful retest here. Very pretty, very algorithmic, very clean. Okay, macro time. Come on, go into the midnight. Okay, let's see if it can. Is it respecting more? Okay, let's see. Boom, midnight tagged. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to go further up? Go for previous week low here? Now, we do have an order block here, but look on the 9-minute. No wick. But that was already sorted. Was it? No, it was not sorted with this one. There's no wick above this one. Ooh, I like you. Spotty. Very spotty. I don't like this price action though. Oh, we did not hit midnight yet. Okay. You see how tricky it is, guys? So that's why I'm happy to be out. it doesn't go to the level that you're in. Now look at this. Look at this large candle. Isn't that horrible? It did not even tag midnight. Yeah, very hostile again. Very you have a little gap here. Maybe going for these equal lows for this little. I mean, this is maybe still a valid propulsion block. Remember that I said, oh, I missed that equal low, and I thought it was like it's just creating equals, maybe going back into this range and then go back up again. Let's see if it's a retest. I might take another attempt. If it gives a proper, if it goes into this fair value gap here. That's a nasty candle. How many points did you do in such a short time? See, I don't trust you at all, NQ. You're no fun to play with nowadays. Well, it's not that big. It's 39 points, but if you are, I mean, it takes out a lot of people most likely that are anticipating that last bit. But equal lows, volume imbalance, potential propulsion block, but then again, are you going to hold? That's exactly around the midpoint here. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Look at that now going. Now you're going to go, okay. Now you're going to do it. Oh, you're so horrible. You're back into your old games. F U and Q. F U. Yeah. So in the, I guess you just want to consolidate now. Okay. So remember on the daily, we're now in this area, right? There's nothing here. It's just wicks and the abyss. So this is going to be most likely back and forth, back and forth. How long is this candle? 4 hours. We are here. I think Asia High is in the play, is in the yeah, Asia High, I'm saying it correctly. So it does match up with this area, and this is implied for a value gap, right guys? If you take midpoint and midpoint of those two is almost this one here, so I think it's in play, but the only question is when. It's not going to be smooth. It's going to be very tricky and trappy. Tricky, trappy PA. But I do think we're going to take Asia high before going lower. Maybe we just stop. Maybe this is the high and then we go back down, right? If we reach it at all. But yeah, if I would look for a short, I wouldn't be interested in this area yet. If it goes without me, it goes. Then I'll just wait for New York. But I would love to see it go a little bit higher. Look, we've got equal highs here. But yeah, I think it's not going to be. It's going to be an ugly ride up. In all honesty, it's going to be ugly. I don't think I want to anticipate in this. Even though it might retest that breaker, I don't think I'm going to engage. I think I'll rather do something else and then come back. New York. Oh yeah, opening range. Let's have a look. Where did we end the day? I think we might have a large. Let's see how big the opening range gap. I think it's going to be. Yeah. So we close somewhere around this area. So that means anywhere between 9:30 and this, there will be an opening range gap. The bigger the better for me. I like that. But I can imagine. Let me check what the last one did. Let me just go back. Just want one. Just give me one. Yeah, last two. Okay, that's fine. I don't think they're going to close it in completely. So I don't think we're going to go all the way up here. So that means we're going to fill the whole end wall here. Could be. And then they will go higher, for example. That's possible. But they tend not to do that. I'm going to 4 hours quickly. I want to see what we did. So Friday's opening range gap. We opened up and we went. We have a little wick in it. We have nothing here. I don't know. I'm actually starting to become more bullish than bearish on me for New York. I don't know. We'll see. Are you gonna leave that opening range that maybe for later this week? Could be. Over here. I think if we close this whole range before we open, then we might. But yeah, it's hard to say, guy. I mean, it's hard to say. I can frame it both ways, so. But I don't see any bearishness at all for now. Remaining pre-market, I just think we're going to either consolidate or move up a little bit. And then I just need to reassess again. It's just a little bit too difficult to. But yeah, I think Asia high is in play. But you want to catch that move when it's done making all those detours. So you see, hold on, I want to see something. Did it tag midnight or not? That's my only confusion. Here it looked like it did, but if I look on the 3 minute, it clearly did not tag midnight, right? It left it here. If I'm on the 1 minute, it looked like it tagged it, but it did not. So still not. Yeah. I will not surprise me that we'll retest at 5 minutes or be anything possible. Yeah, I know. I also don't. I don't trust it. It's just accumulating again. Um, I like this whole. I mean, I'm gonna mark this whole block. It's just. I would love to see it go dig a little bit deeper here. Yeah, it's just gonna consolidate. That's it. What time is it? 5 o'clock. I'll wait till the end of the macro. See if it tags midnight. Where is 312? Yeah, I really would love to see a little bit of a retracement in this area and then a move to the upside. That would be nice. Are you gonna do that maybe after pre-market? Yeah. Did I just spot a 1 hour devil's mark? Did you see that, guys? Michael, did you see this one on NQ? Look here, we have one on the 1 hour. Ooh, I like you. You're very pretty. Look here, beautiful. No wick. We've got one here. We found one. We found one. 4 o'clock finished. We finished here. We had one here at 2:30, which we took out at 4:30. Michael, it was already bullish here. I mean, this was already very bullish here, but I'm not so sure here anymore. Um, 5:10. Oh, let's see if it finally taps into midnight and see what it does. If it stays bullish, or is it going to reject there or blast off? And then leave those levels for later on. This could be a 15-minute breakaway gap. So then we're not going to get any retest in that area. Could be. Could be. Breakaway. Do we have any on the, let's see in the 5 minute. Breakaway. Anyone in a long? Is anyone in a long, guys? Yeah, there's a big difference sometimes in MQ. Well, it is, it's a different order flow though, so it can differ a lot. But lately, yeah, I would still mark them if you see them on. I'm actually looking on because it's still valid. I mean, they still. I would still mark them on your MNQ chart if NQ has them. I always chart, even though when I trade in MNQ, I still chart from NQ as leading. But I've noticed lately it's very wise to track MNQ as well. This is becoming low probability now. Engineered liquidity on the lows, on the highs. I don't think I'm going to waste too much time. I mean, I get really annoyed at some point if I just watch this overridden, time distorted price action, even though, it might run at some point. I have to save myself from getting annoyed. So, yeah. So guys, what I would look at, think about the logic, like, okay, if it's going to, the new opening range gap at 930 is the opening price between the close and the new 930 open. We closed around this area. It could be a little bit off because of the time frame I'm off, but it's around this area. So if it goes up all the way and it's closing the gap, we actually want the larger the opening range gap is, the better for trading, to be honest. The smaller it is, most of the time it's sort of like it becomes very choppy, the price action. So if it does close this gap, and let's say it goes up, in pre-market and it's going to go, then there won't be a large opening range gap, right? If it stops somewhere here. Sometimes what you do see happening is that it goes here and maybe passes it, then obviously the gap becomes bigger again, but then we're going to get a gap to the upside, right? But if we go closer, let's say we take Asia high, it's still 100 points, right? What time is it now? What time? It's 5 o'clock, so we still have 3.5 hours to go. 4.5 hours to go. Yeah, 4.5 hours to go. I think we're going to go higher, but I think it's going to stall a lot here. Maybe go back into the range and then go up, or maybe they're going to leave this for New York. I don't know. We'll see. But be aware if the gap becomes really closer, we're going to have a choppy session in New York Open. So maybe it wants to run in pre-market. So that's the only thing that I'm asking myself. If it wants to run in pre-market, it might go up into this range here and then have a very, very choppy session in New York AM session, because it already hit objective, right? It made a nice, it went down, up, and so we finalized then literally a market maker model, sell side, buy side, right? We go back up here. So objective met for the time being. Big chop, 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 chop. Everybody in New York gets annoyed. Um, that's one scenario. What's another scenario? We chop, chop, chop now. We go back into this fair value gap, then go back up here, which might be a part of the opening range gap, and then we go back down again from here. Also a possibility, and then we just leave the old gap. The old gap is unfilled as well. Let me go. So we haven't done a lot here. We also have a gap here, and walk gap. There's a lot of business we can do in this area, but does it want to do it today, or is it leaving it for news? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm also, yeah, Michael. I'm also, I'm already feeling like I'm starting to get aggressive already, because it's not like I'm just like I just don't want to sit through too much chop. I don't mind chop in the sense of, when we want to define AMD, but technically I had it was a paper trade, but it was a good trade. You know, I read, for me, what makes me happy then is that, okay, I saw the order block here, retest. I positioned myself before the breaker activation. I was struggling a little bit here. Did I put my TP at the Asia low, and I wanted to put it here, but I'm happy that I moved it lower. And this is 38% of the OTP range, OTE range. And I'm happy that now I'm also like, okay, you know what? It did not take midnight. I'm happy that I put it midway somewhere. So I think I'm happy with my analysis. But then again, now we see it goes back into chop, and it goes back into in its old behavior. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Thank you. Fine. You gave us something, and it was algorithmically clean. We went into a higher time frame PD array. We went into midpoint of the wick. We went into order block on the higher time frame. So everything, I guess, is still working. And that was the time. And the moment London opened, because London opened at 4, it went back into shit. Shitty behavior, bad behavior. But the good thing about accumulation is just accumulating orders for the next move. So we'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like this, guys, because I don't think I want to really wait. Now, I do want to, maybe at 7 o'clock, I really think that might be an interesting time. If not, then it might be pre-market. And, obviously, I have no idea when it's going to run. But, like I said, I don't think we're going to get a run anytime. I think it's just going to accumulate orders. Let me look at the 4-hour. How are you looking? How ugly are you? Okay, this is the 4-hour. Are you gonna expand? I don't think, are you gonna expand over this candle? Are you? Could be. We still have 45 minutes. But it could do it. And then maybe, or 4-hour. You look too ugly to me. This is the 1-hour construction. One could say, hey, listen, this could be a balanced price range. Does it really need to go up here now? We have a gap here, by the way. Previous week low is a gap. You see that? If you're long, I would be very careful in this area here, because it could go up here and then go back down and then into the wick, then again another move down and then up here. Yeah. Oh, are you gonna run now? Let's see. I'm curious to see what happens at previous week low. So we have an expansion on so the 5 o'clock candle, or the 4 to 5 candle, let me put it that way, that gave some nice expansion, right? And into this wick. Let's see how far you went into that wick, by the way. Did you do anything specific? Oh, it looks like it wants to take Asia. Okay, here we go. Sorry, midnight. Hey, Michael, see you. Yeah, I'm also going to. We might get a run in 20 to 40. Let's see. We hit 0.5 here. We might go over this now. If we do go over midpoint of this, I would expect continuation, right? Let's see. I want to see how are you going to behave here. There's a little gap here, right? On the hourly, you see this little gap here? Again. Here, previous record. Oh, it's going to do the same thing with midnight, maybe. That go just does not take it out, and it's going to go back and forth before taking it out. Oy, oy, oy. Come on, go, go, go. Okay, hit it. Continuation. Continuation. Beautiful move to the upside, actually. Beautiful. But you're a little bit too slow here. How long did you? 4:32, 5:19, 45 minutes. It's not too bad, actually. I mean, in all honesty, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Well, I'm happy that at least I could do some. I could sit and watch London a little bit. I really feel handicapped if I go out and do things and then I start trading because I'm so used to London being sort of like, helps you. For me, it's really like, okay, it's collecting intel and just, watching the market and be a little bit prepared already. And if not, it's like, I feel like handicapped sort of. So I'm really happy that I managed to be back early and watch London a little bit. Okay. I want, I don't, I wouldn't be too bothered if it digs deeper into this area and then go back up again at some point. Um, 12. Yeah, just be aware, guys, because you also remember here on the daily and on the higher time frame, it's an area of it's a volume imbalance, right? Well, it's I don't know how we can even actually call this, but it's always a little bit treacherous. Um, yeah. If you're able to touch some grass, I would do that, and then let this just play out and just, maybe after 7 o'clock, we might get some continuation. Any questions, my friends, before I leave you? I think I'm gonna leave it at here. Um, but in all honesty, I do think it's printing a little bit better than last week. What do you guys think? It just feels a little bit more, a little bit better. We're not there yet, but it does feel like, oh, it gives me hope. Oh, I didn't look at gold at all, but, oh, my laptop is protesting. You see again, guys, like I said, sometimes they just seem so similar. Look at gold. Breaker, retest, we're going back and forth, and we went and moved down, we went to the upside. They seem to be moving similarly. And then there's a time that they stop doing that, and then the large move at some point comes for gold. Have you guys noticed this as well? That is exactly almost similar. Most likely there's a higher time frame PUA here. I didn't went in. I'm not as well prepared for gold as I'm in NQ. But and then we have a turn. We have the bullish move up, and now we're sort of like trickling upside. Now only thing midnight is here and previous day low is here, but similar, right? Similar structure on the 15. Exactly, breaker, retest, boom. Um, oh my god, your laptop, why are you so annoying? My laptop's gonna explode anytime soon. Stop, stop it. Hush, hush. There's no S&T yet. There's just, okay, just back and forth. No S&T. They both took midnight. They both took previous day low. So they're all in tune so far. So yeah. Um, I don't like this PA. And Mr. Chaos Factor. I mean neither anymore. But it was sort of okay. The structure was okay here. But then again, now it's just yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna touch some grass. Go find my kitty catties. I haven't seen them all morning because I left early, and then when I came back, I was rushing to get this sorted. So they were like, "Oh well, you're not interested in us. Well, we're not gonna visit you now as well." So I'm gonna visit my girls, give them some TLC, and I think I might do a little bit of a walk. Yeah, and then come back. Yeah, don't worry, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. No worries. Okay, guys. Um, I'll see you either in the Discord or if tomorrow, 2 a.m. Eastern, back on track. And yeah, stay safe and just take A+ setups. Let the price action just, just, um, I don't know. It's important to journal and to see if you can find any, see if you can find any, like especially how long does it take for consolidation, things like that. But yeah, just stay safe. Yeah, I'm also going to do something positive. Well, actually, I need to do something for my mentorship, by the way. I need to prepare some slides. I'm going to make some extra slides. So, okay, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.